Soon as they go over there to that cemetery and they find this little girl in that black tote down underneath that grave. And they're going to do it, Candace.
There's
They're
no
going to
proof
do
of
it.
any
There's
of
a new
that.
sheriff coming to town. And trust and believe, if Ronnie don't get to it first, the new sheriff will.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. So, been brought to my attention just a little short piece that I want to cover from Miss Prayer Garden with the media credit to Andrew, who is restreaming PG. I'm not here to get wound up in no weird drama stuff. My only comment on it is I know that what I've heard catching up is that PG truly believes, and we all have the right to our opinion. However, when it takes on a different shape and it starts to sound and look like something different, I mean, PG is being pretty descriptive about a black tote in this grave, in this graveyard. However, I do know that the graveyard that she's referring to has been searched. Now, to what extent, I couldn't tell you that. I don't know. However, to even say things like a black tote in this grave is like, I feel like it starts to border on things that only the offender might know. If there truly is an offender, I don't know that there is an offender. I don't know that there's not an offender. But to say that the child is buried in a black tote under a grave, again, starts to sound, I know it's repetitive, redundant, if you will, but it starts to sound like something, the kind of details only an offender would know. Now, granted, I think that to give the situation some grace, I feel like probably she's just speaking in hypothetics, right? Or for instance, or for example. But I think here on the YouTube, where there's so many, let me preface it by saying so many intelligent minds, but there's also many fractured, broken minds. There's also fractured, broken, intelligent minds here as well. So I just think that this sort of connotation really could kind of take on a life of its own if you're not careful. So, moving forward in a new time, in a new space, in a new place, I think that just got to be careful with stuff like this, That's my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. Thank you for joining me.
And your stinking, dirty, low-life freaking old man up on the hill. I hope they drag you all off of there and put you all in fucking prison where you belong,
They
right?
can't. There's no proof.
That's what I hope. Soon as they go over there to that cemetery and they find this little girl in that black tote down underneath that grave. And they're going to do it, Candace.
There's
They're
no
going to
proof
do
of
it.
any
There's
of
a new
that.
sheriff coming to town. And trust and believe, if Ronnie don't get to it first, the new sheriff will.